brothers and sisters, generals, family, current subscribers, new subscribers, anybody that view. This is another edition of EBX Discussion. And salute to the lights in the workplace, those who retired, those who's getting it in, righteous brothers and sisters. And that's also in our families. And this is my workplace on my banner here. That's why I say to the lights of the workplace, because they are out there. You know, I salute you, because it can be challenging to be a righteous brother or sister deep within. So I give a little advice, suggestions, teach, as I always say. That spirit I get from thy ancestors, I thank them for everything they did to get a lot of us in that great divine space. Brothers and sisters, generals, family, be content and explore, but explore ourselves and, and other individuals we're connected to, we care about. If we see a little challenge, they're having a little challenge, help them the best way we can. Brother, sister, significant other, family member, children, the best way we can. And why do we do all these righteous things, brothers and sisters, while we're working in these workplaces and dealing with person, place, or thing, entities of the world that try to distract us, and all this damn fear mongering and gossiping, and this artist doing this and this artist doing that. Skirt. Pay attention to our own space within our circles. Like I always say, start with ourselves, work our way out, righteous ripple effect. And we do all these things so we can have righteous things come back tenfold. So I always like to use Cat Williams' jewel he dropped. And I've said this a couple of times, but I don't know, for some reason it just sticks with me. Don't let your own food get cold looking at someone else's plate. That's not mine. That's Cat Williams. Salute. And that's some real shit, because then you miss things in our own lives and be distracted and caught off guard. No, we got to stay aware. We're in the age of knowing and observing. Paranoia is a thing of the past. Now we're coming into knowing. We observe. We're not, and might not be scholars, but we can have a scholar spirit. We can seek to be at that level. Righteously though, no fake shit, and work through our own little egos and those little insecurities and little things that touch that stuff on the inside. Once we can filter through all that and get to that psyche and to that divine, because that's where the divine lies, at the pit of our psyche. Because what is the psyche, brothers and sisters? The grand central of the whole body. And a lot of us, teachers, reachers and teachers that do seek knowledge and research. If you research the spine, which I have to do more studying on, because I don't want to come off like I know everything about the spine, but what I have learned, and I have heard other teachers, scholars actually, that know more about the spine than I do. The spine is almost like the psyche. It's the grand central. It's important, the energy we carry when it comes to our spine, because our spine connects to the stem of our brain and also to the nervous system throughout our whole body. Look it up. So the spine is very important. That goes with that physical side. We also talk about mind, body, and soul. All those need to be in alignment. Like I say, think of our mind, body, and soul, see, hearing, and feel, and the psyche. Think of all those are like pistons. If one of them off key, it's going to make everything else follow. But the flip side, if everything's positive, all those pistons are firing. What I always say, brothers and sisters, where the mind goes, the body goes. So be content. Don't look at what celebs have and none of this shit and stuff that's going on that had nothing to do with freaking music. It's crazy, man. As I heard a brother say, I listened to a brother. I always say it's a platform only platform I ever been on. I still listen to it today. And I mean, many brothers and sisters. But it's another brother platform I listen to. And he always say, what are we doing? And that's what I say about these artists. I feel sorry for them. They have no idea what's coming down the road, because they're not tapped in to that divine spirit. All they see is what's on the outside, the surface. And we all know, those that are reachers and teachers, been on this walk for a while, we all know if we pay too much attention to that external, what can happen, only if it's something that can help us or inspire us, because we listen to a lot of reachers and teachers out here. We in the right circles. Say it together, folks. We'll know who the real brothers and sisters are, as well as in our families. So when we focus on that, we'll flourish. And, like I say, just be content with where we are, small or big. Great things always come. You just have to know this within one spirit. Not doubt, not believe, no. And not knowing everything, just knowing oneself. Finally, because we have to go through the layers. And that's what's happening with a lot of celebs, and not just celebs, just normal, regular people that's not dealing with shit within. That's what we're seeing. We're seeing, and again, some I had to go through. I had to go through the process too. But that's what we're seeing a lot of out here. It's a lot of dysfunctional brothers and sisters that don't want to deal with shit and using everything external to cover it up. Now, again, I have to work through things too, and I don't use other vices or ways to escape. I have to watch oneself too, and I do. I meditate, like I'm doing right now. Those in the workplace, as I spoke on a productivity podcast yesterday, set the tone in the morning. That's what I'm doing right now. And anything that eases the mind. And mine is, in any TV, it doesn't really have to be a big screen, but mine's is on a big screen. It just looks better because I have a view of the ocean, and it calms the mind, calms your body. It has you ready for when you go into the workplace, And like I said, if I didn't say it already, this is my workplace, my banner right here. And I just, and, some of us have to work jobs, but don't let ourselves become settled in it, because I want to make that clear. Be content, but not settled. Still explore in one's mind and other things. Travel if we have to, And again, set the tone in the morning. Be ready for whatever job we have. Meditate, stretch, work out. Get our body right, get our mind right, and then we're ready. Go in to perform. And even if a challenge do come, you'll be somewhat ready when we set that tone in the morning. So I don't want to speak too much on that, because I spoke about that in my productivity podcast I did yesterday. How I talked about how important productivity can be. It keeps us from being lazy and lazy thinkers and all that stuff. That's why I said be content and explore. I was going to put but explore, but and explore, because we can learn how to balance the two. It's not just traveling, which is good now, but exploring ourselves, as an individual. It's wonderful when we work out those kinks and we manifest things we didn't know we had in us, because I always say, like I said, the brother on the platform I've ever been on, the brother and other individuals on that platform just brought stuff up out of me I never knew was in me, and that's bad or good. But I always like to give the example. Let's say, it's just an example though. Let's say I did 1,000 things wrong, but I only did 5 things right. Guess what, brothers and sisters? Those 5 right things were more impactful than all the 1,000 wrong things. That's wonderful, isn't it? Because, and that right there, that's why it's important to do righteous, because it always and forever will come back. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So you manifest things when you're just content with what you are, or where you're at or what you have, and just work toward what you need. Remember, the needs first, then the wants. But when you just work toward what you need without stumping on the one, talking to nobody, we have to learn the art of patience. I'm talking about in the world, not just speaking or on YouTube, but speaking is good because we get things up out of us. If we're doing it for a right reason, a right cause, a good intent, not to get something or try to be popular or whatever. Just flow with that great divine and Mother Nature, and just let things come naturally without forcing it. It's wonderful when we get things we earn. Just be content. And like I say, watch out for the fear mongering. Don't get discouraged. Refuse anything negative. Do not tolerate negativity, period. Small or big, because it turned into what? Toxicity. And we definitely don't need that. You look in the media with some of these celebs and artists, toxicity is very, very contagious. It's no freaking joke. As I say, go back to the brother platform I listen to sometimes. The other one I said, when he said, what are we doing? Real talk. These artists, the stuff that's going on in the media and the things that are alleged, and people getting their backside blown out and all this. What do all this have to do with music? It's crazy, man. What is so wrong with being positive? What is the deal? Really, I really want the answer to that question. What is wrong with being positive? Why can't people have positive music? Why can't people push positive energy, good things. Why can't brothers and sisters embrace one another? Why they gotta violate? I mean, well, I know where it comes from. Like I've said so many times, all melanated brothers and sisters come under some kind of conditioning because of evil entities. But a lot of us do know, real talk, but refuse to come out of it. So hey, you have to live with the consequences for the rest of your life, especially if it causes someone demise and it's toxic, devilish. I feel sorry for you. I really do. It's crazy, man. Everyone has a choice, right? Free will, but you better be ready for the consequences. And that go for what? Me too. Because been there, done that as far as consequences, doing wrong things. I'm talking about just minor human errors. I'm not talking about no toxic evil shit. So hey, it's like I say, be content with what we have until we get to where we need to be. And also be thankful. I say this from time to time. You might not, some of us now, because some of us are at a state that we have been trying to get to, but ones that's not, but you're in a good space. Be thankful. You're not where you want to be, but you're not where you used to be. And that's you just keep that in your mind, and keep growing, keep striving, And I want to have another meditative moment. And I like to read summaries sometimes to get it in our subconscious. And keep this in our spirit, brothers and sisters. I'm gonna say this from time to time. We are leaders and teachers. We are not followers. And we're gonna break down, explore. Not that one doesn't know what that means, but I just wanted to read it, and like self-therapy, and whoever listening, salute. All right. A person who explores an unfamiliar area and adventure. I love that word, adventure. A polar explorer, man, traveler, discoverer. I might say that funny. Discoverer, voyager. One that explores, especially a person who travels in search of geographical or scientific information. That's wonderful, man. And I'm telling you, like I say, I haven't been a lot of places, but I have traveled to different cities, and it does help to expand our mind when we do explore, see different things and learn stuff, because in able to learn things and, get more knowledge and maybe become more intelligent, we have to, do it. We can't, it's not going to just come to us. We have to seek it. So that's why I say, I feel sorry for those who have been in the same city all their lives and it's all they know, but you still can learn things even if you haven't left that city or that space. We can explore in our minds, and then it probably will lead to maybe moving somewhere else, or, at least study other places so we can know about it at least. And then it'll give us that desire to move to another place like Africa. That's on my, what they call it, our to-do list, like before we transition. That's like on my list to at least visit Africa. I want to live there, but at least visit there so I can at least say I touched down. And but you know what? Even though I've never been to Africa, see, like this goes back to divine signs, as I talked about on a podcast, divine signs. Sometimes we're just not ready for things. And I was actually listening to the brother I said platform, only platform I've ever been on. I was actually listening to him yesterday, and he was speaking on Africa and how some of the situations, the same things we deal with in these cities is some of the same things you'll deal with in Africa. So we have to be ready for that. So we can't go over there with that Americanized thinking, as far as, getting with girls and stuff like that. Got to be careful because, they got the same game we got sometimes. So, but I'm abstinence. I haven't had sex for going on 7 months now. And that's another way to explore how you get to know oneself. And you start looking at, we'll say females, I'm saying sisters, but females overall, you start looking at them different. When you not having sex for a while, you start seeing what it is. And it's wonderful when we can do that. It's not easy, but if you really want to really know life for what it is, as far as sex and all that stuff, go abstinence or celibacy. Some people say celibacy. I say abstinence because I made a video called a podcast called Abstinence Can Help See the Inner Core of Lust. And ever since I've done that, I made that podcast. Before that podcast, I had already stopped having sex, but it's wonderful. I love it. And it's been a fulfilling, like I said on the podcast, a self-fulfilling prophecy righteously. And it helps you to develop self-control, and you start having more respect for sisters. And I find myself doing that. It's like now I do things positive on purpose. It ain't like trying to get with the girl or nothing like that. Now I do it because I don't know. It's wonderful to see a smile on someone's face, make them feel good. Because we got to think about it, brothers. And this still connects to being content. Because when you content with oneself and you have respect for oneself, you have respect for others. Because you got to think about it, brothers. Females in general, but sisters get hit on all the time. I mean, all the time. And especially with this social media, they getting stuff sent to them. And, I actually got a coworker I work with. She gets stuff sent to her and people sending D pics, and it's crazy. So those are the types of things I think about. And plus I have daughters. So those are the type of things I think about that, it's really kind of, that's the part of a female or a sister that's challenging, that they get hit on all the time, all the time. So brothers, and I ain't saying a lot of us probably do know this, but it's just a little advice. But we got to think about things like that. So we have to be different than other brothers. So that's what I do. I don't, if I do date or I don't, before some sister I like, I just say hi to them, or I might if I do send a text or something or a meme or something, it'd be like a heart or a rose, or I was, hey baby, I want, no. And sisters get tired of that. That shit get old, real talk, and you'll lose yourself in that. So that's a part of being content and exploring. So I just brought all this up because that's what I've been doing, exploring oneself. I just snapped one day. I just had an epiphany, and I just said, you know what? I'm gonna try this. Sometimes we got to do that. We got to step out our comfort zone and try something different. And it's just like looking up words and seeking knowledge and stuff. When we do it, we'll be amazed the things we come into. And that's brother, sister, young or old, family. And these things I'm saying and doing, and things you hear other brothers and sisters and teachers, whether in our families, things you hear us say and things we speak on, we experience. Anyone can have that life. Anyone can have a divine spirit or, a godly life. It just depends on how we live our lives and how determined we are to stay righteous. And no, righteous is not a joke. It's a way of life. And positivity is a means to creating a better life. That's what positive energy is. But it doesn't always come easy. Got to keep that in our psyche too. Every now and then we got to swallow those hard pills, because those hard pills are what catapult us to the truth. And then when we finally are truthful with oneself all through our body, then it just feels good. Even when it's not easy, it just feels better. So, salute to my son, Lord Lamont. As I said, I'll keep everybody updated on how he's doing. And I messaged him yesterday, and he said he's doing good. He's with his mom now. He's no longer here in the Milltown. So, but it was wonderful the time we got to spend with each other. We did do a few father and son podcasts right on my channel. If you want to check it out, might even put it in the end screen. And so he's doing okay, and the rest of my children are doing great, and just keep moving forward and being the best that we can as brother, sister, young or old, or family member, and keep on exploring. Explore oneself, then everybody else. Righteous ripple effect, because that's what we want. That's the only thing we want contagious, is righteous energy, because it's wonderful, because it always, what, brothers and sisters, comes back tenfold. And a lot of us have experienced it, but you have to have the art of patience. And some things come soon, some things come later, but it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And if you want to know, I say, why righteous is the way to go, just look in the media. Some of these artists, the things they do, it's sad. When you really think about it and break it down, it's sad, because they have no idea what's coming down the road. I mean, the stuff that some of these artists and celebs going through now is the tip of the iceberg. It's more yet to come. You know what I'm saying? Because, hey, they turn their back on that divine force. And you know what? You know what I love about that great divine force, Mother Nature? It always loves us, and even when we don't deserve it. But we just keep, I'm not talking about the lights of the world in the workplace, those who retired, those who just acknowledging that force out there. We know, because we have experienced it, and we learn. So we standing firm like generals. like that great divine want us to be. But those who have turned their back on that great divine for many, 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 I'm talking decades, because the great divine is the author of patience. You know what I'm saying? Mother Nature. So it's always in our lives. It's just a matter of us acknowledging it. Because I've said before, that force doesn't leave us. We leave it. So if you do feel like if you have divine dreams, or you having all these, made these wild moments, be thankful for that, and you're paying attention to them. I'm talking about righteous wild moments that's leading you in the right direction. Be thankful for that, and be content wherever we are, brothers and sisters. Being content will always get us through. And again, I want to clarify, I don't mean staying in our comfort zone, but being content with what we have until we get what we need. What we need now, great divine gives us our need, and then the wants will come naturally. It's wonderful when we flow through life like that, because then it pours down to our generation. They'll be content with what they have, and not giving in to the fear mongering of the world, and messing with our nervous system. And like I said a few minutes ago, studied it. Look up the spine. Focus on your spine. Anything to do with the psyche, anything like that, focus on it. So, but I wanted to read these couple summaries one more time, and one more. Person who explores an unfamiliar area, an adventurer is not afraid. A polar explorer. All right, traveler, discoverer, voyager. One that explores, especially a person who travels in search of geographical or scientific information, or any kind of information, especially information that'll help the mind, body, and soul, so we can pass it on to our generation. Because I'm going to do everything I can to the children that I'm connected to around me. My son Ethan and his siblings, and anyone else, adults too. I'll always carry that positive energy, because when you are content with who you are, you just flow freely through life, through the storms and challenges. Because when you're content, you're ready for that kind of stuff. And I wanted to speak on 5+ VE. I have it in my preview. It's a business I was talking about. A brother and his fiance, which is a wonderful sister, wonderful brother and sister. And I got him in my preview on my channel, the returning subscribers. And it's in the description, and it's called 5+ VE, and I got the email, the number and address and all that. Any of this description, like I said, in the preview on my channel. And I was talking to the brother yesterday, and I was actually getting some more product from him. And he did the letters on my hat and 2 sweaters, 2 hats, 2 sweaters, and I just got 2 t-shirts and 2 hats from him yesterday. And guess what he told me, brothers and sisters? He said, "Oh, I seen your channel, and he said I liked your content. Man, you had some good content." I said, "Oh, thank you, brother." And that's what makes it all worth it. And that comes from being content with oneself and not trying to force things. Don't do that, brothers and sisters. If you whining about anything, stop it. If you're alive and breathing, and you're alive, you're healthy, nothing wrong with you. Your children healthy, your significant other, if you have one, stop it. If you're alive and breathing and you waking up every day, that's a chance to change anything that we're able to change. You know what I'm saying? And then the things that we can't change, solutions will come down the road. Just stay connected. Don't let ourselves start getting weary. Don't even let it get a hinkling of that. Always be looking for solutions. I'm telling you, and they will come. They will come. All it takes is one result. So like I said, I salute the lights in the workplace. Set that tone in the morning, every morning. I'm telling you, even on our off days, meditate then and work out and figure out what we're going to do for that day. And don't listen too much fear mongering, and just study from day to day. We'll flow freely through life and stay content, my brothers and sisters. But at the same time, explore. Real talk. Ourselves, and then the world too. Travel if we can, and like I said, even if we haven't left the city we're in, we still can explore oneself, and it'll help us to develop, going deeper with things and not just looking on the surface and all that crap. Go deep within, because that's where that great divine lies, deep in the pit of our psyche. The psyche is the grand central of the whole body. So you got your psyche right, guess what? You'll be unstoppable. So, and those who are on fire out there, Lights of the world. In the workplace, I salute you because I know it can be challenging. And I even salute those who retired that made it through, and still out here teaching. I appreciate you. That's good. We need to get advice from those who have been through the workplace and have made it through and got that strong mindset. Because the code, brothers and sisters. Go to work, do your job, don't kiss no ass, don't get caught up in no drama, and get the hell up out of there. That's the code, and always keep and always explore in our mind, and always know, it's okay to work a job, for productivity, so it keeps us moving, but it's keeping our mind. We can go above and beyond a job and make ways to have our own business. You know what I'm saying? But we do what we got to do, but keep our mind in an independent space that it can be greater things to come, because the lights of the world, the lights in one's family, brothers and sisters, children, those in the world and online, we are all content with what we are and we're connected. We're in that divine zone, we're locked in. So it doesn't matter if entities of the world, try to throw brothers, sisters, family, reachers and teachers out here. They can try to throw us to the wolves, but we'll come back leading the pack. Salute, brothers and sisters.